Week 11 Cowboys game preview. Let's talk about it. What's up, Vikings Nation, and welcome to the Minnesota Vikings Syndicate. I'm your host, Trey Wicks. By this time, you already know what we do on this channel and talk all things Minnesota Vikings related. So if that's something you would like, consider hitting the subscribe as we're trying to reach 600 subs by December 1st. It's very doable. All you have to do is hit that subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell if you want these to show up in your notification feed. Let's get right into it. Week 11 is upon us. The Minnesota Vikings will be hosting the Dallas Cowboys at US Bank Stadium. I cannot wait. I am pumped for this one. It's a 3:30 game time start, I guess, if you will. And look, the Eagles were a test. We lost. The Bills, in my opinion, were an even bigger test. We won. And as of right now, okay, the Minnesota Vikings are currently the underdogs against the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys 1.5 point favorites. The over-under for this one is 48.5 points. Listen, first, how are we underdogs? Put some respect on our name, okay? I mean, we're tied for the best record in the NFC. We are basically going to win the North, okay? Pretty much. At this time, it's not set in stone, but it's really, really close. How are we underdogs in this game? Dallas hasn't played great, especially 2 weeks ago when they took on the Green Bay Packers, last week. They took on the Green Bay Packers and lost when they should have won. Green Bay is a horrible team, and us as Vikings fans know that, and, well, we love that, okay? But Dallas handed them the win on a silver platter. What's them to say, we're going to do this with Minnesota. Give them the dub. That's what's going to happen this game. Plain and simple. I do see it be somewhat of a shootout. I would take the over in this one because 48 points just doesn't, it seems perfect. But if we don't hit that, it'll be right under there. It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be a battle back and forth. I just can't believe that the Cowboys are the favorites. How are they the favorites in this one? It baffles me. You can let me know in the comments what you think, if we're actually underdogs or you think we're going to win this one outright. But let's get right to this, because for every single game preview, we have 3 keys to victory, which I set up, which I think we need to do in order to win the game the past couple of weeks. Actually, well, what are we on, an 8-game winning streak or a 7-game winning streak? Whatever the case may be, look, we're winning. Okay, and every time we've won, they have done my 3 keys. Let's get into it, starting right off the bat with we have to stop the run. We have a lot of defensive keys here. All 3 of them are basically defensive. Stop the run game. Ezekiel Elliott is supposedly going to be back, ready to rock and roll come Sunday. However, I'm not scared of him. I'm more scared of Tony Pollard. Okay, Ezekiel Elliott has like 400-some yards rushing this season, 4 touchdowns or whatever the case is, and hasn't had a 100-yard rushing game this season. Tony Pollard has. Tony Pollard has actually had back-to-back 100-yard rushing games. And that's obviously due to the fact that Ezekiel Elliott was out with an injury, okay? But still, Tony Pollard has 600-plus yards and 6 tutties compared to 400 yards and 4 tutties. Pollard is their main go-to back, whether you like it or not. I'm not entirely scared of their run game, but you have to find a way to take it away. So stop the run. Then we move down to find CeeDee Lamb. Make sure you know where CeeDee Lamb is on the field at all times, because if you don't, he will make you pay. I can assume that we're going to have at least some type of spy on CeeDee Lamb, being that the Dallas Cowboys really don't have any other threat at wide receiver. You can consider Michael Gallup being a threat. I don't see him as one. You can look at Dalton Schultz as being a threat. Again, I don't see him as one. Okay, find CeeDee Lamb, shut him down, worry about the other receivers afterwards. You stop the run, you stop CeeDee Lamb, you most likely stop the Cowboys. Plain and simple, because they can put points on the board like that. We've seen it in Green Bay, and all of a sudden they kind of hit a roadblock, and I think that's basically due to the fact that they stopped the passing game. So make sure you know where CeeDee Lamb is at all times. And last but not least, create turnovers. This team has been phenomenal at creating turnovers. We're number 2 in the NFL for most created turnovers, or the turnover ratio, or whatever it is. We're number 2, okay, right behind the Philadelphia Eagles. We love when the ball is in our hands. Let's get Patrick Peterson another interception. Harrison Smith another interception. Let's cause fumbles. Let's get sacks. Let's cause chaos in that backfield. Do whatever you have to do to find a way to create those turnovers and give our offense an even better shot at pretty much blowing this game out of proportion. Okay? Stop the run. Get Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard on the ground as fast as possible. Find CeeDee Lamb. Don't lose sight of him, because if you do, he will make you pay over the top for 6. Okay? And last but not least, create those turnovers. Make Dak Prescott beat us. Make him beat us if he's actually going to. Okay? Let's create that chaos. Let's get the sacks. If we do those 3 things and stop the run, find CeeDee Lamb and create turnovers, we will win this game. Plain and simple. Okay, it's not that hard. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys, yes, they're a good team, but I don't see them as a threat currently to our Minnesota Vikings. It doesn't make any sense that we're underdogs. That still, to me, doesn't sit quite right. Look, the Vikings are 8-1. Okay, we can go 9-1 after this one, and I know we will. The Cowboys are 6-3. Who's the better team? You tell me. Let me know in the comments who you have winning this one. Is it going to be the Vikes or the Dallas Cowboys? I have the Vikings. I won't give you a score prediction. All I know is we're going to win. So make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 600 subs by December 1st. Have a great rest of your day, folks, and Skol Vikes.